Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today's video, I'm going to go through the subscription boxes that I got last year and pick out all of my least favorite items or items that I didn't use. So we're only going to cover my lifestyle subscriptions. I have 3 lifestyle subscriptions: Fabfitfun, Causebox, and Breobox. So Fabfitfun is kind of just general, everyone's heard about it, everyone has it. Causebox is very similar, but everything in their box supports a women entrepreneur, a specific cause, or has really natural, environmental, sustainable ingredients or practices. The Breobox is the more expensive version of the Fabfitfun box, and I think that it is unisex, so the items in that box aren't really catered towards women, and I think the items in Fabfitfun are catered towards women. In 2019, I got a spring, summer, fall, and winter for both Fabfitfun and for Causebox. But for Breobox, I started in summer 2019, so I got a summer, fall, and winter box only. So let's start with spring 2019. For the Fabfitfun box, I have used every single item that I got in my spring 2019 box. I did not customize that box, so I just got really lucky that it happened to all be items that I really wanted to use. So I have absolutely nothing to put in the flops, fails part of that list. When I unboxed that box, I said that I did not think that I was going to use the Tula probiotic cleanser, and it actually is going to end up on my faves video that I will film immediately after this, so you'll see that one later. So I'm pretty stoked that I used an entire box. That never happens. For the spring 2019 Causebox, it is a completely different story. There were definitely faves on that one too, and you'll see that in my next video, but there was a lot of fails slash flops. The first one was the Attitude Bamboo Eye Mask. It is too tight. I wake up, I have a headache from wearing it. It is just, I don't think that I have a large head. I think that it's just tighter. And when I did some of the research for add-ons later for Fabfitfun and they had this item, a lot of the reviews said the same thing. So unless you have a pretty small head size, it's just not a comfortable eye mask. I don't use it, I don't wear it. I think I've used it 3 or 4 times total, and every time I did not enjoy using it. The second item that I got in that Causebox was a pink scarf. It was pink floral from Cleo Bella. I don't really wear pink, so that's just something my personal preference. There were 3 that you could choose from. I did not do any customization, so it's kind of my fault, but I just didn't use it. And it's just sitting there. I've never used it. I don't think I ever will use it. I also didn't use, they had a little bracelet with a key on it, and honestly I really love key jewelry and I really love dainty jewelry, but I just haven't used it. It does support a good cause. I'm glad that they had it in the box, and I do think that it's pretty cute, but I haven't used it since I got the box early this year. And the last thing that I didn't use, there were 4 items that I didn't use. It's actually making the box look pretty bad, and I really love the box, was this Wild Konjac facial cleanser. This is a facial cleansing sponge. I just haven't used it. I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with it, but I'm pretty, not picky, but I'm pretty set in my ways on how I do my skincare, and I just have never used a sponge before to do it, so I haven't experimented with this yet. That doesn't mean it's a bad product, it was just a fail for me personally. So moving on to the summer boxes. The summer 2019 Fabfitfun box is probably the box that I raved about the most. It was, I literally ran home to film and just tell everyone, go get this box. I don't know if you remember my crazy excitement in that video, but there's one item in that box that is going to make it in my fails list, and that is the Grace and Stella Rose Spray. There's actually nothing wrong with the spray, but the bottle that they put it in, the container, the spray is inconsistent. I feel like sometimes it's clogged, sometimes it sprays way too much, and I just need to move it to a different bottle. So it's more of a packaging issue, but I haven't used it for a while because of that packaging issue. So moving on to the summer 2019 Causebox, there are 2 items that made it on my fails list, and one is the Tribe Alive caftan. I have never worn it, and I have definitely been in a bathing suit more than once since I opened up that box. I haven't worn it. And the second item was the All Good Sport Reef Friendly Sunscreen. And I did use this product, but I don't like the consistency of it. I love the idea that it's reef safe, and I do like to purchase sunscreens that are reef safe, but this one just wasn't for me. I don't like the feel of it. I think it's a little bit thick, and I don't think it absorbs very well. So for the summer 2019 Breobox, this was my first Breobox. This is what it got me addicted to Breobox. And in that one, there were two items that I don't really use. One is the scoop, that Little Dipper ice cream scoop. It's just not a great size. It's really small, and I don't know anybody who wants that small of an ice cream scoop. And I thought that it was heated or had some way to melt the ice cream a little, because that's what it said. It didn't really work for ice cream melting it for me, but I do use the healthier ice cream brand Halo Top. It is a little bit of a harder consistency, so maybe if it was used in a regular type of ice cream batch, it would be fine. But I also let Halo Top sit out a little bit before I scoop it, and I still didn't feel like it was any more ease of scooping with that scoop than using a regular spoon. The next item that I didn't use, I gifted, so it's not really a fail for me because the person that I gifted it to does use it, and that is the Dow Sleep Aid. I don't need help sleeping. I go to sleep right away, so wasn't really for me, but I found a good home for it. So moving on to fall 2019. In the fall 2019 Fabfitfun box, there are two items that I didn't use. First was an item that I just opened in the Fabfitfun Winter 2019 Editors box. So now I have two, and I didn't even use the first one, and that is the Skin Evolve Body Boost. I guess it's supposed to help tone your body when you work out, and I guess I don't really believe that it's going to work, and maybe that's the reason why I'm not using it. I just am not using it. It doesn't mean that it's a bad product. There's some products in my fails list that I've used and I don't like. This is just a product that it does not interest me enough, so I'm not getting my money's worth out of the box because I'm just not using it and it's sitting on a shelf. The second one I did use, it is the Better Skin Lava Mask, and it didn't feel comfortable to me, and I didn't think that the effect it had afterwards was as good as other masks that I normally use. So I used it once and I have no intention of using it again. For the fall 2019 Causebox, there's one item that I didn't use, and that is the Underwood Letterpress Felt Letterboard. It is actually a very cute board, but I have already too many of those boards. I have one at my work, I have 3 in my craft closet, like hanging up, and I just didn't really have a use for an additional one. I do think this one is pretty cute, but it just isn't useful for me, so for me it's sitting on a shelf. For the fall 2019 Breobox, there are 3 items that I did not use. The first one is the Dr. Save vacuum suction thing that is supposed to help your clothes flatten out and easy to pack. It's just not practical. I don't have the time to do that, and when I leave I would have to repack the same bag coming back, so that means I have to take the vacuum with me when I travel so that I can suck it back and fit it all in again. So I just rather pack my bag without it and 0 suction so that I can do it without carrying extra things with me while I travel. And the second item that I didn't use was the shoe cleaning kit. I did give that away though, so it did find a home, but it just wasn't the right product for me. And I just kind of cycle through shoes often enough that I don't really need to deep clean my shoes. It's like a simple wipe and they're probably fine, because by the time that they would need a cleaning like that, I have already replaced them with something new and cute that I found. So one thing that I forgot to mention was the yoga manual. I almost forgot that that was even in the box. I think my brain was so angry about it. It still really bothers me that it's just such a sexist title for a book. The back of it is pretty sexist. And I don't know why it bothers me so much. I get that it definitely bothers people less than me, and it bothers other people more than me, because the more that I talked about it after I got it, I feel like I talked about it with a lot of friends and family, and some people were like, I don't think that's a big deal. If somebody wants it, you guys can have it. It's a yoga manual, apparently for men, so I know I don't have that many men watching this, but if somebody's husband does yoga or whatever, like whoever is watching my videos, if you are a man and you want a yoga manual that is catered to you, it's free. So yeah, just shoot me an email, info@everythingproofbeauty.com. Moving on to the winter boxes, it's kind of not fair for Causebox because I just got their winter box a little over a week ago. Yeah, I think it's been 10 days since I got the Causebox. So it's not too fair, but they're late, it's their own fault, so I'm still gonna put some fails on here and did not use on here. So for the winter 2019 Fabfitfun box, I actually customized the box. I customized the item, but I don't use it, and that is this Paper Source planner. I did start using it, and it was going okay. Then I got to this section, and I don't really like how thin these are because I like to write a sentence of my to-do list, and it's not the right style for me, so I went to Barnes & Noble. I bought one that I actually love. The second item that I'm not really using in the winter 2019 Fabfitfun box is the Frank Body coffee scrub. There's nothing really wrong with the coffee scrub, I just don't think it's as effective as the other coffee scrubs that I use. So I think Body Blends is the one that I use the most, and then there's one on Amazon called the coffee scrub. So those are the two that I use the most often. I've also made my own coffee scrubs, and I think that all three of those are better than the Frank Body one. For the winter Causebox, I obviously have not used the mugs. I don't plan on using the mugs. I have way too many mugs. Hopefully I will find them a home by gifting them. Then there is the Derma E Hydrating Hyaluronic Night Cream. I've used it 4 nights and I don't like it. I don't like the texture. I don't like the feeling when I wake up. It's not absorbing right. It feels a little bit too thick, and I like my products to absorb and feed my skin, so it's just not the product for me. I have not used the Pure 4-in-1 primer. I am excited to use that primer. I just have not used it, so it's kind of a fail for now until I put it on my skin. For the winter 2019 Breobox, I did not use the drone. I have not used the drone. I think it's cool. I think it's a $200 item, and I believe that is about the value of a drone. And I do think I probably will use it eventually, but I just don't know when that's going to happen. So it might be in a fails list for a long time. It might be sitting on a shelf for a long time. I don't think it's completely useless, but there's just not too many opportunities to use a product like that. I also did not use and don't plan on using the OXO shaker. I already have 2 shakers that I love. I looked at it and there's nothing that amazing about it that I think that I should get rid of one of the shakers that I already own in my bar for that one. So that one might be regifted to a good home, or it might sit in a box for a long time or get donated somewhere. And I also didn't use the crushed ice cube maker. I have an ice machine in my refrigerator door. Usually when I go over to someone's house, they have an ice maker, so I don't know if that's a useful product or not anymore, but I get that it's innovative because it's different than the way normal ice cube trays are, but do people still use normal ice cube trays? So why don't you help me out down below? If you could sound off, do you have an ice cube maker that can make you crushed ice, or do you use ice cube trays? The only thing that I think it would be beneficial for is taking it, like if you stay at an Airbnb somewhere. That's my list. All of the fails slash flops slash I'm not using them. They're sitting on a shelf, so I am definitely not getting that retail value that the box said, but there is definitely plenty faves. Every single box has favorite items that I did use, and some of them that I have overused or overabused, and I want more, and I will hunt down that company and get myself some more. So that video will be available exactly 1 week from today. I'm gonna look exactly the same because I'm about to film it right now, but you will see it in 1 week. Make sure that you're subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and find out what the best products in the 2019 subscription lifestyle boxes were this year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of a bummer video, actually. I don't like talking about things that didn't work, but we have to be realistic that every time we get a subscription box, there's going to be items that we are not going to like, that just don't suit us, and the retail value of the box does kind of make up for that. It's just lost value though. It still matters. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.